I promised that I was going to do a live video for you on my kitchen, and I'm starting with this little friend. Wolfie's barking at it. Are you barking at the spider? He's been sitting there for the last 24 hours, and I thought that he was missing 2 legs, but he's actually just sitting in a way where his legs are curled in. He's been there for 24 hours. I think he's actually the child. The mum lives here somewhere as well. Hey, Liv. So I just thought I'd start by showing you that because I was doing my food prep last night and I was just looking at my friend. So we've decided that we are going to tolerate each other as long as he stays over there. That's fine. But anyway, I'm going to take you through a day in the life of eating with Trish. And I know I said I was going to do it this morning, but I was waiting for Dave to go out so that the house would be empty. This is my fridge, and I'm going to show you. Yesterday was my food prep day. So my fridge doesn't always look this full and lovely and organised. It does because yesterday was a public holiday, and I utilised that time to do heaps of food prep. So I'm going to go through all my food in my fridge, my freezer. I'm going to go through my pantry, and even what I feed these guys, because this is my family, 2 humans and 2 dogs. That's what these are the people and animals that I got to look after. So I'll show you what I make for them too. In fact, one of them has had their breakfast and the other one didn't want to eat their breakfast yet. So in my fridge, you can see here, hey Kylie, that I have got pre-made meals ready to go. So like I said on the live feed last night, this is not what I do, what I've always done. This is what I'm doing at the moment. So this is a typical day in the life of Trish right now. This is my fridge, and at the moment, Dave's #1 absolute favourite meal is this is the yogurt that he likes. He likes the Chobani vanilla flavoured yogurt. He mixes in a little bit of protein powder with that to boost the protein content. He mixes in heaps of fresh fruit. When I have it, I like to add in ground flax seeds. I don't know why he does not like the ground flax seeds. But the other thing that we both have when we have the yogurt is if we've done a workout, we add oats. We like toasted nuts. That's pepitas, sunflower seeds, and pine nuts. He likes to have the actual flax, so that's the linseed. He likes to sprinkle that on his yogurt. And then he likes to have dark chocolate chips. So he needs to buy some more. This is the protein powder that I've got going at the moment. AST is my favourite. I like their flavours the best. And it's actually... AST is one of the only protein powders in existence in Australia where they have actually spent money on the scientific research to prove that what's in the label is actually in the tub. So supplements are not regulated here in Australia. So what that means is you could buy any protein powder and they could add their own stuff and not actually be very transparent about what's in it. This one, what's in it is what's in the tub, and they've done the independent research to prove it. That's not why I buy it. I buy it because I love the flavour. That's cookies and cream. So we like to mix that in with our yogurt. But what I'll do is I'll show you meal by meal what I've had today. So at the moment, my #1 all-time favourite breakfast, and it has been for years, is beef stew. And when I make my beef stew, I cook it in a big slow cooker and then I put it in these jugs. So the reason why I put them in the jugs is because they don't take up so much space. So I cooked that last night. So I always buy, when I make beef stew, I buy the cheapest red meat I can find. Now, I don't like red meat. I'm not a steak lover. But I'm always trying to keep my protein up because obviously I want to build muscle and preserve muscle. So this is my way of getting red meat into my diet when I don't like red meat. So I slow cook. I get like beef chuck or casserole, whatever the cheapest, leanest beef is. I try to get ones that are under $20 a kilo. So this will be like $18 a kilo. So I'll do maybe 1.5 kilos. So I'll get 2 trays, and then I literally fill up my slow cooker. Sorry, I'm going to show you my slow cooker. I got these from Amazon for $50. See, I've got 2 massive slow cookers. So I'll put all my meat in there, so about 1.5 kilos, and I fill it all the way to the top with vegetables. So I chop broccoli, cauliflower, celery, carrot, and then I just fill it with water, and I just cook that overnight. So it's cooked for about 12 hours. And when it's cooked for that long, it literally turns into soup. So that's why I like eating my red meat that way. So I've already had that for breakfast. But if you find that you don't have much space in your fridge, this is one way of saving space, is to actually put your beef stews and your soups into juice jugs. rather than having to put them in containers. So I had that first thing this morning, and obviously I had it fresh because it was cooking overnight. So meal one for me at the moment is always beef stew. And back when I was competing, it was actually one way that I would keep my calories high when I was trying to build muscle and stay in a calorie surplus, is I would eat this meal twice a day because it's really easy to eat this meal. A steak to me is so filling. So if I want to get more food in, I need to eat food that's easy to eat. My fridge is beeping now. But anyway, so that was something I used to do a lot of when I was competing, and I've just kind of carried on because I enjoy it. So that's my meal one at the moment, beef stew. And when I have it in the morning, I add my flaxseed. I get that one, I just get it from the supermarket. You can get it from other places too, like Chemist Warehouse, and anywhere where you can find flaxseed oil, just get it. The organic one often tastes gross, but I just can't be bothered finding any others, so I order that one from Coles. There's my egg whites. This is what I give to the dogs. It's lactose-free probiotic kefir. They love it. So I want them to have an iron guts, so I'm always giving them like probiotic type food. I've got soy sauce in there, tomato chutney. There's probiotics that I give to the dogs. Love basil, pesto, amazing. Minced garlic for when I make rissoles. Got ricotta cheese. That's for the dog as well. That's ground up eggshells, just for extra calcium. Sweet chili sauce, tomato ketchup, tomato paste, lemon juice, and all these mustards are for when I make tangy dressings. But anyway, so that's one meal there. That's what I cooked overnight last night. It's my beef stew. My second meal today, I had the plain Chobani yogurt. See how many yogurts we've got going. And I had fresh fruit. I really like raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. And then I'll put some of those cooked nuts that I showed you and flaxseed on the top. I'm about to have my third meal, which I think today will be this meal here. So this is extra lean beef mince. And inside it, I'm going to open one and show you because I'm going to put it in the microwave anyway. This will be my meal 3 for today. So this is, I've bought 2 trays of extra lean mince. So there's a kilo of extra lean mince, cooked pumpkin, cooked broccoli, chickpeas, and I've mixed in curry powder and soy sauce. So it tastes quite tangy. That's going to be my second meal of the day. Again, it's another red meat meal that's really easy to eat. So by using 2 trays of mince there, I get about 5 meals. So I'm going to heat that up now because that will be my second meal, and I'll sprinkle just a little bit of flaxseed oil on there. Okay, so that's my third meal. Later today, I'm going to move that. So that's still a mince meal, but I've just lost the lid. So this is something that I cooked yesterday. I always cook things in bulk. So this is my salmon. I'm a huge fan of salmon. This is not fun with one hand, by the way. I've got to put you down for a minute. Standing there. So yesterday I cooked up 2 whole trays of salmon. When I cook salmon, this is one of my favourites. Always try and eat fish because it's so good for you. So much omega-3. This container's new, so it's like stuck together. Heaps of, I just cook up 2 whole trays, bake it in the oven for an hour. I like it to be almost burnt. I don't like pink salmon. Ugh, gross. So that's going to be, so I'm heating up my third meal. This will be my 4th meal. What will I eat with that though? Because obviously that's my protein and my good fat in one. But to make it a precise meal, then I would add, this is my CK salad. So if you want the recipe for this salad, let me know, but I'll show you what's in here. These big Sistema containers are just so good, so helpful. Keep your food from going yuck as well. So that's got everything in it that starts with a C and a K. We've got cheese, feta cheese, cucumber, red capsicum, celery, carrot, coriander. We've got chickpeas, we've got corn. We've got kidney beans, which don't start with a C, but the K for kidney bean is the K. Really nice. So that's what I'm going to have later on with my salmon. At the moment, Dave doesn't eat fish. So when he has CK salad, he'll either cook up a small omelette to go with it, so his protein will be the eggs, or he'll have some of my chicken strips with it. So my chicken strips are down here. So this is, so I bought a tray of chicken breast. I've cut the chicken breast up into strips. How long does the salmon last for once cooked? That's a good question. So last week, right, I didn't eat all my salmon. I reckon 7 or 8 days later, it was still fine to eat. I smelt it and it smelt fresh. I gave it to the dogs, but 7 days later, it still smelt fine. Normally, I end up eating it before it gets to that point anyway. But I would say so these Sistema containers, I've noticed, because it's got this blue seal, the food lasts longer in the fridge than when you use cheaper containers. So that's why I put everything in these Sistema ones. Love the name. I'll watch after work. So these are my chicken strips. I'm going to turn you around so you can see really clearly. So I bought chicken breast. I cut them into strips. I dipped them in egg white. And then I dipped them in a mixture of breadcrumbs and barbecue Texas rub. So that is what for me, I'm going to have that after I do a workout. Dave has it with his CK salad, because obviously there's a little bit of breadcrumb. So you could count that as being an inside the window meal, but it's only a tiny amount of breadcrumb. So if you eat these chicken strips outside the window, it's not the be all and end all, right? You could still do that, right? That tastes really good, rubbed on it. And I got this, oh, sorry, I'm run out, so I can't show you. But I got another one called Texas Barbecue Rub, and that's what's on them now. So I'm going to have these, probably my last meal of the day today, as a chicken wrap. So you could wrap that up in a wrap, and I'll show you what else I'm going to have with it. Fridge is blinking at me again. Didn't even think about that, right? So Dave's going to have that with his salad. But that's why up here I've got, I'm doing this back to front, so it's a bit random. Chopped up capsicum, spinach, cheese, avocado, and these are the wraps that I like getting. I just get these ones because they're the cheapest ones. Coles brand, soft wholemeal grain wraps, really good to have inside the window. So yum. So I'll probably have that last thing tonight. I haven't trained for a week. I've had a week off training. So if you want to have something really yummy inside the window, highly recommend that. So those are all my meals. This is what I do for the dogs. I order these. So I have an online subscription. I order my groceries online from Coles and have it delivered because it costs $4 and then I don't have to go then and I save myself an hour. But I also have an online subscription, so my dog meat gets delivered as well. Now, the reason why I order their stuff is because this is, I don't know if you can read that, and I'm sure it's back to front, secreting organs. So this is not just muscle meat, this is actual like kidney, I'll tell you, grass-fed and finished beef, kidney, spleen, and pancreas. So this is like amazing for dogs. You know, keeps them young and healthy. So not only do I read a lot of scientific research into what humans should eat, I do the same for dogs. And this is what they need in their diet. So that one is secreting organs. The other one is liver. And then I've got some which is muscle meat. So I mix them all in together and I cook them up in a fry pan. So if I show you,
I'm not sure I understand.
That's my watch. Last night I did a cook up for the dogs. I'm going to show you. So that's the meat that I cook, and I pan fry it with pumpkin and frozen veggies. So that's the dog food there. I tell you what, makes their farts absolutely disgusting, but it's really good for them, so I've got to put up with that smell. And then in here, when I was making my chicken strips, I actually cooked an extra chicken breast, plain with nothing on it, and I give them that too. So sometimes they get good old human food. I always have Coke, no sugar, or Coke Zero in my fridge, always. I always have sparkling water in my fridge. So when I feel like that's something fizzy, this, so good. Always got eggs, so when we want to have omelettes, then there's the eggs, and then there's the egg whites. So if you want to make your eggs first class protein, the egg is the actual yolk is the bit that's got the fat in it. So if you want to make it leaner, you can have, say, 1 or 2 eggs and then mix it with, say, half a cup of whites. So then you get more protein without having more fat. Great way to make an omelette. And when I do that, I always add pesto. Makes it taste so good. I love pesto. Absolutely love it. So that's all my fridge. I'm going to show you my freezer. Okay, so when I have a liquid meal, I'll show you that next. Oh, look, yum, there's ice cream. And because Dave is English, we've got, oh, that's onion rings. There's another one under there, which I actually can't reach, but that's Yorkshire puddings. So that's more of the dog meat, frozen. Chicken necks, so all that's for the dogs. And all this here, so obviously that's a spare egg whites. This here is all dead chicken carcass. That's for the dogs. So what I do is I go down to my local butcher and I ask them for a box of chicken frames, because once they've actually chopped the breasts and the thighs off the chicken, the actual frame, the skeleton of the chicken's still got heaps of flesh on it. So I pay $15 and I worked out I got 76 servings of bone. So this is chicken bone for the dog, and I've just portioned them all up. So there's 2 servings in each. So each day I just pull one of these out, let it defrost, and they get to have a little bone to chew on every day, and it keeps their teeth clean as well. So they had their 12-month vet check the other day, and the vet said to me, "Well, their teeth are excellent. Do you give them bones?" And I was like, "Yep, every day." That's how. And it makes you save money as well, because this stuff here, this meat that I give them is bloody expensive. It's probably $20 a kilo, but I don't give them a lot of that. It's mixed with that, which works out to be 25 cents a bone. When I have my liquid meals, I just love mixed berries and coconut chunks. Those are my 2 favorites. I'm a sucker for anything coconut. Kangaroo bones, again for the dogs. And there's my spare, because I ordered my groceries yesterday, I got 2 big trays of chicken breast. So one's frozen now, so when the chicken strips all run out, I can cook the next one. Because these chicken strips here, they will only last a couple of days before they're all eaten. So that will be pulled out within the next couple of days, and I'll make some more. So that's the freezer. So my liquid meal is basic, mixed berries and coconut. That's what I like the best. And in case you didn't get a good look in the door, that's all I've got in the door. Right? Dave gave me flowers for my birthday. And not only did he give me flowers for my birthday, he actually gave me a card. Like, he literally wrote in the card, "Lovely boy." And I got that. It's actually my client Liana, she gave me this absolutely beautiful drink bottle, but right now I'm using it as a vase because I don't have a vase. So shortly these flowers, once they're dead, they'll get chucked and I actually get to use this. So beautiful. All my seasonings, so many seasonings. That's all for my chicken strips. Lots of different seasonings. I do have veggie stock that sometimes I put in my beef stew. Curry powder, always have heaps of curry powder. So much curry powder. A lot of these I actually need to chuck out. The things like dried onion rings, so good. So those are all my seasonings. That's the dog's food. So Wilfie, for some reason, doesn't like eating breakfast. So Harley's eaten all of his food. Wilfie has not. There you can see he's got chicken breast. He's got some of that muscle meat in there, and there's veggies too. So that's what they eat. Okay, pantry. In my pantry, I'm going to stand back so you can see. Up the top, so there, that is baking soda. All right, bicarb soda. This is my favourite thing in the world to use as cleaning product. It's funny how, because my mum told me this, my mum and dad lived in a house that had a septic tank, so they couldn't put any chemicals down the sink. So my mum started just cleaning everything in her house with bicarb soda and white vinegar. And so I tried it as well, and then I was like, this is actually more effective than the really expensive cleaning products. So I often, and because I do so much food prep and I've always got so many dishes going on, my dishwasher gets real grotty. It gets like disgusting all through there. So if you're the same, every now and then I do an empty cycle in my dishwasher and I sprinkle bicarb soda all through the bottom of my dishwasher. So you just chuck it in like that, say half a cup or quarter of a cup of bicarb soda, and it cleans the crap out of your dishwasher. So little tip, if you feel like you're just constantly cleaning things, that's why I have so much bicarb soda. That's this is apple cider vinegar, which every now and then I put a little bit of that in the dog's water bowl. We have stuffing because Dave's English, so every now and then we have Yorkshire puddings. Those are my bread, so those are panko breadcrumbs that I use for making the chicken strips. Flour. If you have cravings, get some of these because they taste like lollies. Always got oil on the go. Sardines, those are all for the dogs. Peanut butter, that's for the dogs. Coconut oil, that's for the dogs. All my coffee from my coffee machine. These are all spare cans for making the seco salad. Balsamic vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, spare flaxseed, and then, see, it's all just the same stuff. That's the tea that tastes really good with fizzy water. So these are cold infused teas. This is my favorite flavor. So if you're trying to get rid of soft drink, this is a good way to phase it out, is get these cold tea bags. See, it just looks like a tea bag like that, and put it in cold, fizzy, sparkling water. That's how Dave got himself off normal Coke when he was phasing it out. And these are just all of our supplements in here. So if you want to see, we've got protein powder, Vitago, which is a fast-acting carb. It is expensive though. I like the flavour, so that's why I use it. Creatine. I'm a huge fan of creatine. Beta-alanine, that's if you need energy to do cardio. What beta-alanine does, it actually reduces the lactic acid buildup in your body, so you can go for longer without feeling fatigued. So that's Dave's. Glutamine, really good for if you get colds. Immune system booster. Oh, look, free samples, because I always get free samples. And more canola spray. That's empty. I don't even know why that's in there. Didn't do my purge and pillage properly, clearly. So, that's a day in the life of Trish. Could put all of this stuff back. So I've just got back from teaching the midday fire crew. So on Tuesdays, we've got an 11:30 a.m. fire session going. And I'm really happy that we have a new cafe right next to our gym, and their coffee's awesome. So just as I left, got myself a long black. So right now I've heated up my third meal. Yesterday I ate 4 meals. Didn't train yesterday, but at the moment I'm eating maybe 4 or 5 meals a day. I don't have more of an appetite than that. So if I tried to eat 6 meals a day at the moment, I'd feel full and bloated and gassy and probably stink as bad as my dog. So once I get back into training again, I've had a week off. If I start doing more strength training, I know my appetite will increase, and that's when I will start to increase the number of meals that I'm eating. That was the other thing I was going to show you, is my Nutri Ninja. So if you want a good blender, I highly recommend this one. I actually think I got it from Coles. I think it's $100. So the reason why I like it is because you get these 2 cups, and the cups are really big, but also the blades are really sharp. So when you make liquid meals and they've got frozen fruit in them, if your blender is not that grunty, it spits everywhere, and like things get stuck on the blade, and I just hate it. But anyway, this one is like, it actually is a ninja. So it blends the crap out of my food, and it doesn't make a mess afterwards. So I bought one of these about 6 years ago, used it for about 4 years, until it literally blew up. And now I've gone back to the same one again because I just couldn't find anything else as good. And of course we have a coffee machine, an espresso. Love it. So that's a day in the life of Trish. Let me know what you think of that, if it gives you any inspiration. So I'm going to get out my flaxseed now, because I'm going to have my extra lean mince. I'll probably get a 4th meal in before I go back to the gym tonight to teach fire, and then a 5th meal later tonight, which will be my chicken strips. So hopefully you got lots out of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download this video, upload it as a private video into YouTube, and then send it to everyone as a link within the app. Lots of ideas. Awesome. Just because not everyone who's doing the classroom has actually got access to Facebook. So I'm just going to make sure I put it on different platforms so everyone gets to see it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think, what you come up with, and if you do some food prep, send me some photos. See ya.